The thing is, I could 100% imagine Sam Hyde interacting with these people just for the intention of pissing people off. That's the only reason he interacted with them. But the problem is, if that's the case, then what real difference is it between him and if he was actually racist? Because if he's giving money to racist organizations, hanging out with racists, then what real difference would he have than with an actual racist? So I basically have no frame of reference for who Sam Hyde is. All I know is that he's controversial and he goes viral after every mass shooting, which is two things that do not come together well, if I'm going to be completely honest. I am about to be introduced to this man right now, okay? I have no clue.
Keep on Sam Hyde, keep going now for myself.
There is nothing that hurts more than somebody doing jokes that don't land. The only person I can do it for is Norm Macdonald, and that's because I love Norm Macdonald. And Norm Macdonald did it in a way where I'm laughing, and we're in on the joke, and that's why it's funny to us.
Hey, who's angry about the whole Ferguson thing? Who's angry at white people? Do you guys, quick poll here, just being honest, do you like not like white people? Are you mad at white people?
Yes!
Yes! I'm so fucking sorry for oppressing you.
Oh God, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't. Let's just watch it. Okay, I can't do it. It hurts. It actually physically hurts. I can't watch it. I can't. We're gonna just have to watch a documentary. Oh, holy shit, that hurts. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's too painful. Pay him $50. You couldn't pay me enough money to watch somebody joke about Ferguson in front of a hostile crowd.
A lot of people think I'm crazy, but what they don't know is that this authentic ethnic head wrap enables me to move, shuck and jive, and groove like an ethnic person.
They've made him into a meme, which basically means the trolls own him now.
A hoax that makes the rounds just about every time there's a mass shooting in the U.S. The gunman was a man named Sam Hyde.
How am I just finding out about this?
Adult Swim has decided to part ways with $1 Million Extreme, an alt-right affiliated show.
Messages of hate, misogyny, anti-Semitism.
You're being such a pussy right now.
This man is named Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde.
If he's not the shooter, who is Sam Hyde?
What are you gonna do, Jobs? I want to see the question. All right, go ahead. Well, my name is Gormedios, and I'm a 400-year-old vampire, but I actually appear to be 13. So.
And what is your career? What is your job?
Interesting question.
March of last year? Jesus.
Back in March, we went to Rhode Island to film a documentary with Sam Hyde, who's known for his comedy videos.
You can do a lot of damage.
I've been aware of Sam and his comedy for a long time, so I thought it'd be interesting to get to know more about Sam, because not many people know much about him. He's a bit mysterious. He's a bit unwieldy. I was definitely going into the whole thing like super nervous. You know, I didn't want to mess anything up because it really felt to me like there was a lot to mess up. I'm going into sort of a world that I don't understand at all. I know nothing about the guy really, other than what he chooses to put out there in the world. So when we got into Sam's office, there were a lot of computers, a lot of people. Like when you look at Sam's videos, there's really no, it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of production value put into them.
Well, this is where we get it done.
Yeah. You guys aren't doing this every day, though. Yeah, it doesn't look like this all the time. This is a show, right?
What do you mean? The mess?
Well, no, just all the people, all crammed. Like, what are you working on?
Yeah. Josh is
I'm a writer. I'm the narrative director.
So these guys are full-time. Joey's my audio guy. Julian's my editor. Evan does 3D models. Weck is security, obviously.
Right.
Security.
Let's get some fresh air.
He's got security. Come the fuck on.
When I was driving this thing here, it just shut off in the middle of the highway. Like it stopped. Yeah. And I had to like turn it back on while going, you know.
That doesn't give you any sort of anxiety?
You never have anxiety.
Yeah.
If you have anxiety, you're dead. Next thing you know, you're dead. If you ever get anxiety, next thing that happens, you fucking die.
I'm a lot like my dad. I'm like, Dad, just say anxiety. Just say the word. He's like, no, that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Your dad's a wise man.
Did your dad use the word anxiety?
No, my dad
gives, the advice that he gives comes after long reflections on alcoholism, and it's usually very depressing. He probably has,
Dude, he's fucking with iDub so much here. And that I find funny. I know nothing else about the man, but I like the amount he's screwing with iDubbbz here. I do find that funny.
He gets little manias and he gets depressed phases.
You say you're a lot like your dad?
Chemically and biologically, yes, but I've thankfully been able to overcome a lot of his problems. Probably because he was so open about them when I was a kid. Like, I've never had alcohol, I've never been drunk. I've been drunk, like, almost drunk, like, twice. That's true.
Let's make this even worse. Let's make this much worse.
If you're serious, you say 100% serious.
100% serious. How about this? No, I'll say this. I'll say, baby Sammy's serious. You fucking retard. So now you know. So you don't have to guess because you're autistic. So you need a picture book guide to tell you when someone's in a mood.
There has been times where I can't tell, you know? It's like when you've talked about women a lot of the time.
Beating women!
What a bitch will do to you once she gets her claws in.
I want this, I need this,
You're gonna be the prettiest princess astronaut as soon as you grow a fucking brain!
As if when you say that someone raped you, anyone's gonna believe you, you dumb bitch. Fuck off.
That's mostly serious, yeah. Because I'm not misogynistic, I don't like hate women, and there are women that I value like very highly and I think are amazing, but women are like super dangerous.
Is he just unironically a sexist? Did he just unironically like beat women? Like I'm confused. Nobody actually knows. That's the thing. You don't know what is irony and what isn't. And the thing is, I liked Norm Macdonald because it felt a little bit like this. But you could always tell at the end of the day.
You're so closeted
That I refuse to say I'm gay.
Right.
Exactly.
Doesn't that mean you're gay?
Hey, easy, buddy.
With this, I have no fucking clue. It's kind of dangerous, isn't it? Like if I could just say like a bunch of anti-Semitic or like misogynistic things or perpetuate like a lot of like racist shit, right? But then you don't know when the irony stops and ends. Then like it feels like a lot of the community you could create could end up being just actually racist.
I'm gonna guess you're single right now.
No, I got a girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Danny. You'll meet her, she's coming by. Now you'll see she's gorgeous when you meet her. Oh, hey, trust me, buddy. She's 100% real. Grade A and B. When you get a load of her pussy and her ass, you're gonna be squeezing your legs together saying, Hail Mary, brother. This thing is so fucked.
I can't tell. See, that feels like a joke. So I'm gonna lean on that one.
I believe we live. Fuck. Come here, iDubbbz, look at this. This Home Depot metal swirl on the spoiler, that's nice.
That makes it go faster.
That's how you know a Laotian owned it. No racism. But this is a nice
What is that? Day one, I would...
How? A Laotian? Like someone from Laos? What? I don't even understand the joke. Sam feels like how I like to fuck with my friends, but to the worst extent and extreme. Like the worst parts of that. Sometimes I'll mess with my friends and I'll just like just start throwing complete rubbish out there. I'll just say blatant lies. Like I'll say something like, "Did you hear that the president of Laos was arrested for fighting hamsters?" And I'll just say shit like that, right? And I'll lead them along for like 5 minutes. And the humor for me was like how long I could lead them along on the hamster, right? But does he just do that? But he just replaces the funny like hamster story with beating women? You know, that feels a little distasteful, I'm gonna be honest. You'd love Oni NG humor. I love Oni plays. Psychic Pebbles and Norm Macdonald are probably the two biggest comedic influence on what I actually find funny.
And I lied. She was like, I just lied about my life. She just followed all of it. And
of course.
So Michael was like, yeah, you said something bad happened. We went into West Virginia, and I was like, yeah, some evil orb flew into my mouth. Anyways, we should all go to a shitty psychic and record it.
Dude, that'd be good. That's a great idea.
A lot of Sam's comedy seems to be rooted in him trying to rile people up.
Lena Dunham, you made threats against me, so now if I see you in person, I'm gonna be afraid for my safety. I'm gonna have to protect my life. In public, when I see you, Lena Dunham, I'm gonna knock your fucking head off. Just like that, bitch.
It seems like he says things that are either taboo or just kind of edgy.
Yeah, you know what, sweetie? You're gonna be an astronaut.
Like a fucking retarded bitch dyke could ever do that.
There have been many.
Question. Okay, if you're in chat, and some of you must be, if you find this guy funny, Sam Hyde, could you put a 1 in chat? If you don't find him funny, put a 2. Man, you guys are divided down the middle. The thing is, like, he can get me for like a second. Like in the car when he was fucking with iDubbbz about like, yeah, it's a Tesla motor, and just vroom, just screwing with them with the tiniest car with the loudest motor, and him bringing him in, and him having a full studio crew with a security guard. That shit's hilarious to me. Then he'll do like a bit about women, and I'm just kind of sitting here uncomfortable. But then the joke is no longer like, for me, the joke is using me and using me being offended at it, and that's what's funny. It is the offense that it causes that becomes the humor. I find your reaction to Hyde shit funny. Well, that's the joke, isn't it? The joke is how people react to him.
If I hit Joe Rogan, he would instantly forget every piece of jujitsu knowledge. Joe, you would know as much jujitsu as Marcella May Rogan after I hit you. You'd be goo-goo gaga mode, okay? You'd be looking for some Pampers. The list of things I wouldn't do to Joe in a fight. I wouldn't take no for an answer. Call me Joe.
I'm assuming it's all just for exposure, or he's trying to goad these people into...
Like, that was funny.
It's probably some kind of self-awareness that Sam has where he realizes that in front of a camera, he needs to bring his brand of comedy out.
This thing rips ass.
But because so much of Sam defaults to sarcasm and irony, it was really hard to know if I was getting genuine responses to the serious questions I was asking. Are you supposed to wear a mask at the drive-thru here?
No, you just put your shirt over your...
It's like this guy learned the only way anyone would ever pay attention to him is if he acted extreme. I don't know. I think this is just a twisted form of humor he has. Who knows? I can't peg the guy so far. It's only 15 minutes in, but I can't peg him. Like, I don't... Not like that. I meant more, like, I don't understand him.
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? As opposed to what, putting a fucking mask on?
Yeah, it's a little cringe, don't you think?
What, covering your face with a t-shirt?
Yeah.
You think putting a mask on is less cringe than covering your face with a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Dude. You gotta get out of
With
California.
the mask?
And then what do you guys want?
2 spicy deluxes as well.
2 meals or sandwiches?
Let's do sandwiches.
2 spicy deluxe sandwiches also. He just reported me for not having a mask. You can take that mask off now. I like to pretend the Chick-fil-A girls are my own private harem. And they exist to serve. Take the mask off, Jesus Christ. They exist to serve me.
Who doesn't like the masks?
I also feel bad for laughing. Like when he does say something funny, like I can't laugh. Because if I laugh, I'm a bad person. But then, like, that's only like 50% of the time. So half the time, I don't know if what he's about to say is just gonna make me feel bad or it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna have to stop myself from laughing.
You know, if I was gonna have a hard time breaking through Sam's comedy wall, I knew that Danny would be the solution to that. How long are you been together?
Like 2.5 years, 2 years.
Okay. She could give me honest, truthful answers to how Sam really is and all the other questions that I had. At least that's what I hoped would happen.
How about this? How about this? You could be the counselor when we meet her. Okay. You can dig into it.
Counselor?
We'll see who's fault it is.
Okay.
That's Danny right there. Hi, honey. Just stick a camera in her face immediately. That's my girlfriend that you were asking about.
Cool.
Hi.
Please don't flirt with iDubbbz.
Hi.
You're Danny?
Yeah. You look anemic. But
Anemic?
yeah, a little bit. We look alike though. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think we do look alike.
Yo,
What the fuck? Dude, everything is a fucking joke. My God. I can't. Dude, there's so many things I want to say, but I can't say. And all the things that I should say, I don't know how to say.
The environment was very uncomfortable as a whole. Talking with Sam, you know, he's very forward and he's got a big personality. The rest of the guys there were very...
They're dipped in Sherm. You want one, John?
I'm good, thanks though.
Weird. The whole environment was weird. But when it came to Danny, it was just sad. I really didn't know how to feel.
She looks like she's sick. Like I have no clue. I don't know what to say. I don't know if this is a mean thing to say. but she reminds me of my mom like 2 years before she died. This feels like my mom like 2 years before she like died from like heroin usage. Like I just don't know what to say. I don't want to jump into any conclusions, but that's like the immediate like thing that pops in my mind from me remembering that.
Sitting on the floor.
At that point, I feel irresponsible just like talking to her. It felt like we need to get her help or something.
I'm basically small.
Yeah,
Same height. We're the same height.
that's true. I thought it was gonna be a lot colder here.
It is very cold.
That's not too bad.
What color is it?
It'll be brown, I think.
No, that's like
Yellow. Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
I thought y'all got in a wreck. I was checking the police scanner.
No. Dane, can you stop trying to fuck iDubbbz?
All right, so
dude, he's getting fucked with. This is all just like a big thing to fuck with iDubbbz. This whole thing is just Sam screwing with iDubbbz from start to finish, dude.
We got a security stand at the Opal here. I'm putting us on red until Chris stops messing with the lights.
Like honestly, like he's cool, but like sometimes he'll just like open doors like really quickly and not like tell me he's doing it. I mean, I can't be at both of the doors.
That's actually necessary.
What's above red?
Why are you so interested?
I'm just curious what happens.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, there's green, which is like pretty much there's no threat. And then there's yellow, orange, red, and double red. That's like the top like threat level that you could possibly be like in the office.
There's like a new trend where like hot girls are like playing with Legos.
Yeah.
Do we know any hot girls?
No, we don't have any hot girls.
I do some writing, music. Officially, like full time, it's only been like a month or two. I've been a fan of him, and then I found out he was like lived like 15 minutes away from me, so I was like, oh shit, he's really tall and like muscular. And I was like, whoa.
What about the animal prank?
Animal prank was iffy because we didn't know how people would react to that.
What would that
What is animal
People
prank?
generally like animals.
I'm Evan. I'm 24 years old. I work on anything 3D related for the projects. Texturing stuff, 3D stuff, video game stuff that we're working on, the NFTs. So I don't know, it's good to have people that are just always laughing and just going crazy. That's the complete opposite of me, pretty much, I feel like.
So what you're saying is we can't do a funny idea because these SJW cucks are gonna get on my case for hurting a dog. Okay.
Exactly, Sid.
Dude, it's fucking retarded.
Fucking stupid. It's just a dog.
I hate these cucks so much. Things to spend.
That was a joke. That was a joke. I felt it. I felt the joke energy from everyone around the room acting out a little tiny skit they built together about how it's an SJW moment to not like dogs getting hurt, right? I felt it.
It's rap gear.
Rap gear is just like clothing for rap videos. Like Joey's like swagged out right now. I want
Joey, your fit is crazy. Well,
your fit is crazy. It's like a tax write-off. So.
One man, aka Joey, Joeyy. Age, I think I'm 25. And what I do, I'm a rapper. And this shit lean hella back. Sheesh. Like I've been doing the rap shit for a grip, and he had like seen my. I feel like I'm on like some veg.
Who is one man? Can I Google this guy? One man, Sam Hyde. This is a real thing then.
Slipping in that pussy, don't need rock salt. And I know you really love me cause you suck till you get lockjaw.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of the lyrics, I'm gonna be honest.
What more is there? You know what I'm saying? Like I like to make art and I like to buy shit. That's it.
The Nike blackface might be a bit much.
Yeah.
Can we erase that?
Let's avoid the racial stuff for now.
Yeah.
Because Biden.
Yeah. Let's keep it kosher.
Alright, so Drake Kiki replaces Nike blackface.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Show him the one you were showing me before. Show him the fucking shit, the rare shit. Have you seen this, iDubbbz? Dude, you gotta.
Yo, this is so funny.
I'm watching.
iDubbbz, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
What are those? These guys are totally retarded. Yo, that's goofy. Damn.
Bro.
We got collab with iDubbbz, that's the one good thing. Fake death, I don't think.
That might be good just for money though.
Yeah, well, no, that's the problem with that is that's a one-time thing. So if I'm gonna fake my death, or like tell my fans I have cancer or something, I can't keep doing that. Like you can't do that more than once. I can't go to my fans.
Dude, he's they're just in iDubbbz's head. It's so weird.
Be like, hey, I have cancer again. Oh, oops, just give me $300,000.
That works. There was those two like
that's a one-time thing. Danny, nobody cares that you have cancer, okay? David Dobrik,
Oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah. The internet's gonna go crazy when they see this. It's gonna be viral. That's it. Build up. Go. That's really actual Korean.
He took him to the most disgusting fucking underpass he could find to train him to fight. Like, he could just step on the wrong spot and like step on a rusty nail and die.
Do you believe that? It sounds like Star Wars. Sounds like I made it up. If I was a civilization, I would have thought of something better.
Day one was very rough with Sam, changing the oil in his car, going to Chick-fil-A, meeting his team of like 10 plus people, and boxing.
Come on. Hit me in the head, you fucking coward. Come on.
It was scary when we started boxing and he said shit like, hit me, hit me.
Go, hit me in.
Because I feel like it's one of those things where it gives him permission to go crazy if I do hit him in the head. I think it's always a little bit emasculating when you're boxing someone who has more boxing experience than you.
No, Mr. iDubbbz. You hurt me. You hurt me, iDubbbz. No! Mr. iDubbbz is too loud. Mr. iDubbbz is too loud.
Do it.
Around 2008, Sam started regularly uploading comedy videos predominantly featuring himself alongside his friends Nick Rochefort and Charles Carroll, a comedy troupe called...
What's the one problem right now that's not going to be around in 2070? The elderly and the disabled. Because we're just gonna kill them.
He got to do that as a TED Talk. He went to a TED Talk and just told them they were going to kill the elderly and the disabled.
World Peace was exactly the type of thing you'd expect to see on Adult Swim. And the show was pretty good.
The bite, it's clean. I'm full. I'm so full.
But good things, especially good things as divisive as MDE, aren't meant to...
Did that say Jews rock? Adult Swim executives. Oh my God, they got to air this? So they got the producer and the actual executives of Adult Swim to sit down and watch a bunch of children just sing about how Jews rock. See, this is actually hilarious. This shit actually is hilarious to me.
Good things, especially good things as divisive as MDE, aren't meant to last. And World Peace lasted about halfway through its first season before it started to get heavily criticized by the media.
For such a big sound coming out of such a small person, it's so crazy.
Former Adult Swim collaborators such as Brett Gelman and Tim Heidecker took public stances against the show. And after a heated interview with BuzzFeed writer Joe Bernstein...
You write the mental equivalent of popcorn. How am I supposed to have any respect for you when you're being such a pussy right now?
I just having trouble hearing you.
The media smearing became too much for Time Warner to handle, and World Peace was canceled.
Adult Swim has decided to part ways with an alt-right affiliated show. This show is called $1 Million Extreme, and I don't understand the appeal to it, but apparently it did relatively well on Adult Swim.
World Peace is the culmination of the 10 years of our me, Nick, Charles efforts. I'm probably not the one to give you the unbiased reason why it ended. It's not like there was a lack of quality or funniness to it, even though I'm sure some people say, well, it's not really for me. Well, fuck you.
Sam and many of his accomplices were blacklisted from Hollywood. The MDE fan base was devastated, and Sam quickly returned back to his internet roots as a solo, self-sustained entertainer. But because of the way Sam and even the show itself refused to allow the general public in on the overarching joke, a dogpile from these groups was to be expected, and even seemed to be welcomed by Sam and the show's fans.
I'm actually now fascinated by the Sam Hyde guy in this show, because now I'm like, oh wait, he can actually produce content that I find funny because he's fucking with Adult Swim executives, which probably in the bigger picture, so Adult Swim executives sitting down watching a bunch of kids singing Jews rock, then they get a bunch of criticism from the media. You're not giving them a lot of reason to want to keep your show going, if I'm being completely honest. Sam Hyde donated money to a Nazi organization. Oh, See, I feel like a lot of the progress that could be made with me liking his show, even though he's done some jokes that I find very distasteful, has immediately just been dragged back. He donated to Stormfront. What, you hate Nazis or something? You know what? I think I'm gonna take a proud anti-Nazi stance today. I'm gonna take that stance. He donated $5,000. Jesus Christ. That is a lot of money. Is Sam Hyde a Nazi or not? Let me just ask that question to chat. Does he hate the Jews? Like, I'm curious. I want to call him a Nazi. He is alt-right and pretty shitty. He did a video with Nick Fuentes.
You blame those who are different from you instead of those responsible. Controllers.
Become what you cannot say.
News, dissemination, power, livestock, 735, drop bombs, go!
Crisis, nuclear crisis, domestic, cyber attack, flooding event in Israel, California, nuclear, sneak. The calm before the storm. That's a guy signing off. Thank you, Nick J. Fuentes. The next Tucker Carlson, as I call him. Access the truth. Unlock reality. Twitter.com/Wigger.
The thing is, I could 100% imagine Sam Hyde interacting with these people just for the intention of pissing people off. That's the only reason he interacted with them. But the problem is, if that's the case, then what real difference is it between him and if he was actually racist? Because if he's giving money to racist organizations, hanging out with racists, then what real difference would he have than with an actual racist? Would there be any distinction? Or would a distinction at this point just be talking about his inner feelings and not what he actually projects into the world?
I don't like to be political. I would like my stuff. I'd like to be a useful idiot for anyone who wants to use me or anyone who, needs that kind of humor. I just want it to be that. That's what I'm about, I think. Is this about that horrible thing? The
Holocaust?
Holocaust, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Mercedes Carrera about the
6
Holocaust.
million. The 6 million.
When I was a punk rocker, by the way,
6 million.
There
were 6 million of them. It was 6 million.
Sorry.
So then we met, and he was like, "Oh, you do comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do stand-up comedy." And I think I remember like just reading him bits that I.
But sketches like all night.
Yeah. And so we just started writing sketches, and we started writing sketches over the phone every day.
$36 a bottle. Please enjoy it.
Nick, what's going on, big guy? You just tripped my wife.
She can say whatever she wants, but I didn't trip your wife.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. It was like, oh, cool, you're gonna like do coke with like Keith Crawford, like in a room. Like I don't have a problem. Like I don't hate my fucking girl.
I'm not running from my life to the point where I need to
do coke, like with like strangers. Like I fine. You want to do a bump at a party in Los Angeles? Sure.
It is showing people your taint. If it's too cruel to be funny, or if I miscalculated my racism, like if I said something that was just like not justified, then it's like the same as bombing with a bad joke, because that's what it is.
It is.
I showed my taint, and I want nobody to ever see this video.
Now, I always like to end these little things with a bit of racial unity, because I like to bring it together and talk about racial unity. Okay, if there's one race, one job-having, bill-paying race of people that's going to save humanity, what race would it be? No, ladies and gentlemen, it's the white race. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I need to fuck really bad. I need to come really bad. So just meet me in the unisex bathroom. Thank you.
But because I know it's funny, I'm gonna put it out. Because like I like living in fucking hell, and I'm gonna show you it. Like it's just like, why not?
It's not even funny. I don't know. Like sometimes like he'll joke about his car, it'll be hilarious. Then he'll do that. And it's not only offensive, but it's just not funny. Like, if it's offensive and not funny, then it's just offensive. Like, if it's offensive and it's funny, you got me. I have to laugh. I can't say shit. That's my rule. If somebody says something that's offensive and funny, I let it go. If it's offensive and it's not funny, then I can't let it go.
People think like Sam's a lunatic. Sam's a normal guy to me.
He's kind of a lunatic.
Yeah, I get it. Like I can understand why people say that, but Sam's.
What makes you say that, iDubbbz?
I think your relationship makes me think that a little bit. I think a lot of
What, with Danny?
Yeah.
Why?
We'll get into it.
That's, to me, that's the most solid and dependable thing. Is like has stick-to-itiveness in a relationship. She's obviously blown out. What would you suggest I do? Leave her so she kills herself?
No.
And then for the rest of eternity,
you don't even know what I'm
Sam
thinking.
Hyde's girlfriend kills herself. You saw her. If she killed herself, would it be my fault? Tell me.
Be.
You think it would be?
It could be.
You think I did that to her? Her fucking dealer did that to her. You think I sold her what she's doing?
I don't know anything about it.
I don't know.
His friend looked genuinely confused. His friend didn't even know what the fuck was going on there.
Whatever.
Nick is so confused because Danny is an actor, so Nick has never heard of her. That's the thing. I think they're all actors. I don't know if there's any proof of this, but I feel like they're all actors.
It's really hard to write off his jokes because he's never really been shy about like aligning himself with the alt-right.
They do want to destroy whiteness. If you're going to one of these things to help them destroy whiteness, be ready to be destroyed.
He's donated around $5,000 to the Daily Stormer, which is a neo-Nazi website. And
see, that right there is like, I don't know how I can separate that from just like that's not even funny. He just actually gave money to Nazis.
Why? It's not even funny. It's just stupid.
A dude gave some Nazis $5K, boo-hoo. I'm not a fan of them either, but $5K won't change the world, let's be real. $5,000 is a lot of money for an individual to give an organization and is an indicator about his personally held political beliefs, since $5,000 to a neo-Nazi organization is still a chunk of change. Definitely when neo-Nazi organizations don't have a lot of cash inflow because they're neo-Nazi organizations.
So with the context that Sam openly aligns himself with the alt-right and white supremacy and misogynistic stuff, it's hard to write off any of the ironic stuff as just ironic.
If he's giving money to Nazis as a bit, saying misogynistic and racist things as a bit, and not really showing you where the irony starts and ends, then how could we tell the difference between Sam Hyde actually being racist and not being racist? That's where it chokes me up.
But irony exists in a circle. This is the circle of irony. At the top of the circle.
That's kind of the point. You can't tell. That is the beauty of comedy, ultimately. But then I'm also like, wait, if I go support or watch this guy, am I giving money to a person who might give more money than neo-Nazis? And I think that the neo-Nazis are actually hurting the world.
Meta-irony is used effectively by people whose intention is to blur the line between sincerity and jokes. It creates a situation where in order for there to be a prerequisite of sincerity, I have to obtain the knowledge outside of the joke. You're basically just saying the consumption of shit is something that is physically possible. Isn't that interesting?
That's again the point. So he does stand-up that includes neo-Nazi meta-ironic humor, but eventually people catch on to it, not being serious, so he makes it more serious by donating, which blurs the line of sincerity and irony, which is what makes people uncomfortable. But you say that because you believe he's being ironic, but we actually have basically zero reason, outside of the fact that he did stand-up comedy once, to believe it's irony. And even if it is irony, giving money to neo-Nazi groups is still harmful. So we would have no point at this point to know if he's being ironic or not, so we can't just give it a pass.
People don't tend to do things for no reason. There has to be an answer here. And there are two answers. Either you're just bad at irony, or you're just being sincere. This is why it's so difficult to be around Sam. Try to understand him and ultimately make a documentary about him. He lives here. Sam is drenched in meta-irony constantly. He intentionally doesn't make it obvious when he is or isn't joking about something. Why he does this is up for interpretation, I guess, but after seeing how much he appears to involve himself in political ideologies, it seems he prefers to use meta-irony as a shield. To say, I was just joking, is a legitimate way to exonerate yourself in moments of actual miscommunication. But it's also a perfect fallback option for when you receive criticism for a point that you're genuinely trying to make. I think eating shit is awesome. What the fuck? You like eating shit? I was just kidding. Are you stupid or something? Well, now I feel bad for being unaware of any irony going on, so in the future, I will not criticize you for anything you say. I am now invulnerable to criticism. Do you remember...
What was it?
You remember making a pony game?
Yes.
There were some creators at the time who made videos about this fake pony project.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you one of them?
I was one of them. You copyright claimed the video.
Really?
Yes. And then you sent me an email.
I mean, I don't do most copyright claims. What was the email?
The email was, I will release the copyright claim on your video if you can send me a video of yourself squatting 200 pounds below parallel.
Why didn't you do that? You'd be...
Okay, see, that's funny, and that's what I want him to do. And I know that fucked with iDubbbz, that fucked with his income, but it's also really funny, and that I'm willing to let slide. The $5,000 to the Nazi groups, I'm not willing to let slide.
Yeah, why'd you do that to me?
I don't know. I can't even remember what your video was, so maybe I was pissed off or something. I don't know. I was trying to not have that ruse get blown though.
Right.
So maybe that had something to do with it.
That probably did.
I'm sorry. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what led to this day today.
Really? Okay. So are you gonna punk me?
You're getting punked.
Really? How are you gonna punk me?
I'm gonna make you look like an asshole.
Really?
Which isn't hard to do.
Is that really the case?
No.
Okay.
Dude, these two people going back and forth on meta-irony, where I don't know if iDubbbz is being meta-ironic, and I don't know if Sam's being meta-ironic now, and I'm just fucking sitting here confused and a little on the meds, and I'm just out of it, man. I'm completely on another planet right now.
What content are you most proud of that you've created?
I don't like the order this is going in, because you're
And just to be clear, just so it's not like to relieve the any sort of pressure you might be feeling.
Don't relieve the pressure.
No?
Keep it on.
Okay.
Let's save it. Let's keep it in there.
Yeah, the video is not meant to be a hit piece. I didn't set out to do that. I was like, no one's made like a documentary, or at least a good documentary about MDE or Sam Hyde. So like, this is a great opportunity. So of course,
CTV is corrupted. I sent out a Speedo pic and now everyone sexualizes you everywhere. I mean, CTV, you can understand it though. You know how everybody is, you know? I mean, you're just so attractive. I mean, it was bound to happen, CTV.
I'm gonna rack my autistic brain to figure out, okay, what things do Sam and I have in common? Well, we interacted however many years ago. Maybe that's something I could bring up in the interview.
I figured out it's not nervousness about being punked. It's I wish you had been upfront about that. Because I honestly don't like when I have like static with people. I wish you just told me like, just hit me up at the beginning and been like, hey, there's this thing.
No, but I thought it would be really good here.
Okay.
For it to be a review.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have anything else to connect.
I just hope that you're not actually, like if you actually were upset about that, I would want to like heal that.
Right. No, not at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You should have just told me, oh, man, I'm sorry. There's water here.
No, it's all good, man. I
don't like having static with people that I actually like.
I don't think Sam realizes how much I don't care about our first interaction. It was like a little bit annoying for me at the time because I've never dealt with like a copyright claim. It was my first experience interacting with Sam. It's an interesting thing to bring up, but it wasn't meant to be like a surprise. You're pranked. It's more like, hey, here's an interesting bit of info that you didn't know about. A lot of your comedy is like shocking, but I think the areas I struggle with, and I think a lot of people who want to enjoy your content kind of struggle with.
The thing is, I find now that I'm sitting down, if you want me to be honest, I find Sam Hyde actually funny. I find him funny. When I can tell it's a joke, even if it's on the line. But then he gets into like stuff that I'm not okay laughing at, and it feels too real. And it is the stuff around racism specifically, and the alt-right and reactionary views. And I feel like in another world, maybe I could like debate away a million of these things. Like, no, he's being meta-ironic. He's really saying racism's bad. But the money, man, like that's, I can't just explain that away. Can't.
Is they don't feel like they have permission to laugh at certain things because you haven't given them like enough context at the beginning to indicate like, oh, this is all just like a gag that I'm doing or something like that.
Is it valid for me to just not care about that? Like, do I have to be like scrutinizing my words and be like, oh, maybe I could get more views if I really explained what I meant when I said cum dumpster? Like, can I not give a fuck about that at all?
I mean, obviously you can.
Okay, good, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be flippant or like dismissive of your question. It's just, no, it's not something I think about.
Okay. No, that's fair. I mean, I don't want you to drum up a thing if you legitimately haven't thought of it.
Yeah.
Is it something that you think you should think about?
No. It's not.
All patriots go.
A well-regulated militia.
Activation word, Ronald McDonald. Public highway, congressman, pipe bomb, airport. We are past phrase go. All true patriots, now attack.
It's like giving money to ISIS and say, for me, this would be like if I gave money to ISIS and like lulled on my friends on stream. Like, guys, I mean, you know, I have experience with giving money to ISIS. Like, oh, Dylan's joking. Here's the transaction form. I gave money to ISIS. I gave money to ISIS. I gave money to the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Also known as ISIL. And you guys would be like, oh, well now I feel uncomfortable because, and then other people check the transaction and it's real. I gave money to fucking ISIS. At that point, all irony's dead.
I'm curious about your relationship with Danny. Has she been on drugs since she met you?
She's been on drugs since before she met me. So if you're implying that I've driven her to drug use, you are incorrect.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's what I wanted to sort of get out of the way.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Have you tried to get her any help?
No, seeing as she's a girl I paid $500 to shave her head and pretend to be my girlfriend, no, I haven't tried to get her any help. Should you want me to try?
Well, okay.
I don't know her that well. It's probably not my business to get her off drugs. Also, I think I told her to put her hand in your pocket and pretend to be on drugs.
Shut up.
Are you serious? You think I would date a girl that has her hair shaved like that?
Yes.
You think I'm a fucking mental case?
Yes.
No, actually, well, I've known her for a long time. And
this is so upsetting to me right now.
You think I'm a fucking millionaire. You think I have a shit-ass office like this?
Shut up. This is your office.
Says who? You think I would fucking spill rock stars and Legos all over my office like a fucking animal and have 20 people in a fucking dentist's office? You know this is a converted dentist's office, right? That's why there's like paintings of like whales on the walls and shit.
Ian, you shitty guy. So you're punking me.
I'm not punking you. I'm trying to make I thought it'd be funny for your fans. I thought they'd like it.
The whole thing?
I would never do anything
The whole thing's a ruse.
Actually hurt you or upset you or make you look foolish. I would not do that.
Danny, can you stop trying to fuck iDubbbz?
All right,
Mr. iDubbbz is too loud.
Think it, dream it, do it.
I don't know if she actually.
Danny's not on drugs.
No, she's a good actress, right?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Unbelievably amazing actors, actually, if that's the case. Because, I mean, I know what it's like when you're on fucking heroin, and that's what that looked like to me.
What the fuck?
Also, the slingshots are rental.
Does that seem like delusional? Does that seem like a gambling addict?
So funny. It was so funny, dude.
No, seriously, I did security for Joey Gambino. I did security for a lot of high rollers and mobsters in Lake City. Like, I swear to you, I did.
He was the only person not playing.
I wasn't, like, I did. Why are you seeing? Then you laugh and you think, now he doesn't believe me.
I just remembered the joke.
I believe him. Whew. Man, now I can, like, finally be like...
That is funny, though, that they basically punked him. That is funny.
I don't think you realize that. I think it's like, oh, it needs to be like confusing for the audience. Like it doesn't need to be confusing.
I don't think it was very.
It was pretty straightforward. Like,
yeah, from my point of view, everything was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but it's from your point of view.
Well, I mean, you're coming in from, you know, I mean, you don't know
outsider perspective. Yeah,
and everyone is. So I don't think that.
Yeah, they don't know shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Like so many fucking Sam comments are just.
Let me tell you this: they don't know. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything about anything.
That's why it's kind of fucked up because like you don't like after that you don't know what's real and what's not. So like I'm like, damn, he thinks we're like totally lying.
That's why I feel a little bit bad about it, is because like there are certain things where it's like,
yeah, but we kind of screwed ourselves on that.
Like I was like, I kind of want to stop this because this whole Danny thing is like really upsetting to me. This is really fucked up of Sam to do. Like this is his girlfriend of like 2 years or whatever.
Shit, so what do you expect?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh yeah. So like she even like shaved her head for the thing too. Like that's why she looked all like had that crazy haircut and stuff too. Like it was just for like
that was real.
layers.
That was real.
Layers.
Her hair is really like that.
It is what it is.
We left shortly after that. For the rest of the week, Sam wasn't willing to meet up one-on-one. He kept coming up with different excuses like, you know, he was too busy or that his back hurt. And this continued for the remaining 5 days that I was in Rhode Island. As far as who is Sam and what is he about, it seems like he really likes comedy, even if that means being an asshole to people and not letting his wall down. I don't think that serves to benefit him in any way, but if that's a game that he wants to play, fair enough. All I can continue to do is read between the lines and assume that there's some truth in there somewhere.
He did it.